Okay, there is very, very good question from Kalebo Mutugi. The question says, my question is, for a couple that is applying and their kid is above 21, can they include the kid or he can apply separately? Number one, you cannot include the child who is 21 years old and above. The child must be under the age of 21 and unmarried. Two things, under the age of 21 and unmarried. If you add your child, you put the birth date, automatically will calculate if the child is 0 to 20. If the child will be 21, it will tell you you cannot add. On the computer, it will tell you you cannot add. So, for instance, right now is the year 2021. So, if someone is above 21, so divide, so it's supposed to be 20. You have introduced 20 years ago. If the person, the day you apply, he's not 21, let's say October, your child, you apply on October 10, and your child is becoming 21 on October 5th, October 20, you are allowed to apply. If the child is not 21, no matter how many days left, even if it will be 1 day before, as long as the day you apply, it is not 21 years old, you are allowed to add your child. And if you win, the child will be 21, will be able to turn 21 even after that. You will be able to come with the child. But remember, the child must be under the age of 21 and unmarried on the day of application. If the child is under the age of 21 but is married, you cannot add that child. That is very, very important. If a child is under the age of 21 and that's your child who you are going to add as a child, you cannot add your grandchild in the application. So the grandchild will not come here because there is that situation. One person make a mistake. I'm the father. My child had a child, was having a child, it's a teenager. So the child took my name. So I added as my child. I said, no, you are not. Because you have to add your child. But if your child has a child, is not allowed to come with the child. So it's allowed to have a child, but the grandchild will not come with you. This is not a caravan route to bring everybody. No. It's father, mother, and a child. Not mother, father, a child, grandchild. No. It's mother, father, and a child are the one going to be included in the application. A child must be under the age of 21 and unmarried. If you win, the child was not married, the child is now married, that child loses the opportunity to come to America because he's married. If the child is under the age of 21 on the day of application, then you apply, you win, the child turns 21, still you can come with the child, even if he's above 21, because on the time of application was under the age of 21. So you cannot include your child. The child can apply on his own. But I want to give something very interesting about children in the DVLOTTERY application. So, let's say your child is 19. You are a father. Apply. As a main applicant, you include your child and you include your wife. The wife, make sure you have a passport. Wife applies, including the husband and including the child. If a wife wins, is coming with the husband and come with the child. If the husband wins, comes with the wife and comes with the child. And even if the child is 18 or 19, get the passport for your child. The child can apply as a main applicant. So the child is applying as a main applicant on his own, but a child also is going to benefit from both the parents. So that child will have 3 chances of winning. That is how you can help your child. That means if the husband wins, the child comes. The father wins, the child comes. If the mother wins, the child comes. If the child wins, the child comes alone. It's not coming with the parents. Does that make sense? So a child can have 3 chances. So when someone asks me, how can I increase my chances of winning green card lottery? If you are under the age of 21, convince your parents to apply. Make sure your parents, both of your parents, have the passport. If you are the wife with a passport, convince your husband to get the passport. If you are the husband, convince your wife to get the passport. It is not competition. It is supporting as a family. And a child here, apart from the age, being under the age of 21 and unmarried, the child is supposed to be your child, means your biological child, or a stepchild. I will go into detail about the stepchild. A stepchild that you are married to someone, not a boyfriend and girlfriend, not a fiancé. You are married, legally married to someone, and that someone has a child. You are allowed to include that child. That is a stepchild. Or another thing is, if you have adopted a child, adoption is going to the court of law. The court gives you the full custody that you are now the father, the mother of this person. You have legally adopted a child. Paying for school fees, taking the orphan from the orphanage center from day one, who the baby is 1 year old or 1 day old, doesn't make you the parent. Doesn't make adoption. Must be a legal adoption. If your brother or your mother has died, or whatever it is, somebody died, and you raise the person, is not your child. Until you go to the court and get a legal adoption documentation, you cannot add that child. So I said I'm going to add something about stepchildren. Okay, so this is the father. Then this father married to another woman. The woman comes here, there is a stepchild here. So when the biological father applies, is saying, I have a child. When that woman who is married to this guy is saying, I'm applying as a main applicant, I'm married to this guy, I'm including my stepchild. You include the stepchild. Then, if the real biological father, the real biological mother on the other side will apply. When he applies, the biological mother will say, I'm having a child. That child, even if the child who don't live with that child is living with the father, that is your child. You can add that child. And if that mother is married to another guy, that means that guy is a stepfather for this child. Even if they don't live with that child, the child lives with another, the real biological father. The stepfather will also add that one. So one child can have 4 chances. Plus, if that child is above 18 or 17, you can, if the passport can apply, still has the 5 chances. So it's very interesting. Find all opportunities to increase your chance. Remember, they don't care whether the child was born in marriage, whether the child was not born in marriage. They don't care whether the child lives with you, lives with the grandmother, lives with whatever, but is your child, you can add. So when they ask you, put how many children do you have? Put your children, not the children of your uncle. Failure to put the children, instruction number 14, failure to put the correct number of children will lead to disqualification of your lottery chance, if you will. That's how it is.